Okay, now that I have your attention from the title, I'm gonna be asking you to practice something for me real quick, and that is to see shapes, not lines. Let's make this black and white to make our lives easier. So in this image, what do you see first? If you see a hand and then you see complicated lines and shape, don't do that. Instead, I'm going to let you see is like squint your eyes and see shapes. Like this is an egg. This is another circular shape, right? And then the body is like this. Now, if you can get these all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 shapes in position, then your proportion work is already done. It's that simple sometimes. Just see in relation how big and small each of these sections are. So if we're gonna start here, we can start with the head. It can be any kind of shape for now. Don't worry too much about it. Right next to it is the hand, right? This is like a bigger circle, but it's like kind of a square. It's like someone beat down a square, so it's like muddy. So replicate that. You can even go for a full square, but like the size difference is like this, right? And then there's a similar drop here for the hair, and then what we have is down here is like it goes to like this way, where this ends, this thing begins, and then they kind of end at the same place and then go here, and then this. You're not aiming for accuracy. You just want to know how many shapes you can boil your references down to, and that way you will see proportions so much better. Because if you try to start drawing with one eye and then the second eye, by the end of it your proportion is gonna look like this. I'm only assuming because I've been there myself. So yeah, this is after you've done this, you can go for details. Don't worry about it. Like this is already half the work done, and now you can just section out your things, and you can just feel things out and see how much simpler this is to get your proportions right. This is 5 fingers. You already have a hand. You just I was drawing on the same layer. Okay, so now we can just nicely erase this, and now we suddenly have a fully functioning glove, which we didn't have before. And for the face, you can section out the hair now. Right, you can put a flower here, and then the face isn't really a circle, is it? So now you can just define the jaw. You can give her her throat, right, and just draw the hair and erase wherever you don't need your lines, or you can just keep them in a separate layer. I was gonna do that, but then I messed up by drawing on the same layer. But you see what I'm going with this. Even with the face, you can see shapes. There's a shape of light, and then there's a shape of shadow. But let's put some basic lines for the eyes and nose, like this, right? So the face you can draw with as much attention you want, but my point was to establish the whole shape thingy. These 4 shapes define everything about the placements of the lines, right? So please practice this, and I guarantee you your drawing proportions will skyrocket into the moon, and everything will look proper if you just put those shapes, the sizes of those shapes first in place, and everything will just line up once you go to details. And this is not me not even trying. I'm talking and like explaining things to you in super speed. So once you do this, your proportions will always match, or at least go to levels better than anything else. So we're gonna put some eyelashes here. Her mouth was open here. this is pretty darn close for like how many minutes I've been recording, right? So this is the tip. Look for shapes. Shapes are everywhere, and place them first before you go into detail. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video because this is gonna be a series. Over and out.